Welcome to today's Explainer. We're exploring a totally fascinating shift that's happening right now in automotive engineering. If you think about the last time you drove a modern car, you probably felt like you were just operating a standard mechanical machine. But actually, behind the scenes, there is a highly trained, completely invisible digital co-pilot riding right alongside you. Today, we're going to look at how artificial intelligence and deep learning are literally transforming modern vehicles from purely mechanical tools into highly intelligent, self-monitoring systems.
So, right off the bat, I want you to think about this. What if your car knew it was going to break down before you did? For decades, vehicle maintenance has been incredibly reactive. It's essentially the equivalent of waiting for a heart attack to happen before you finally decide to go to the doctor. But what if your car could wear a smartwatch? What if it could track its own vital signs in real time and catch a failing component weeks before it actually leaves you stranded on the side of the highway? Well, that is exactly the reality that modern AI is building.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. Flaws of traditional cars.
To really appreciate the absolute genius of AI in modern vehicles, we first kinda have to understand where we're coming from. Historically, automotive maintenance relied almost entirely on reactive or strictly scheduled servicing. You wait for a component to break, which of course causes unplanned downtime and really expensive repairs. Or you follow a static maintenance schedule, replacing parts based on estimated wear cycles, and that often means you're throwing away parts that are still perfectly good. Predictive maintenance changes the game entirely. By using real-time sensor data, the vehicle anticipates issues based on its actual condition, not just some arbitrary calendar. It's a proactive, data-driven approach that cuts unnecessary costs and stops those unanticipated breakdowns in their tracks.
Moving right along, Section 2, AI, the invisible mechanic.
This brings us to the core of this whole technological revolution. AI acting as your own personal invisible mechanic. This system never sleeps, it never takes a break, and it is constantly monitoring the health of your vehicle. Let's look at this quote directly from the research on deep learning in automotive diagnostics. It says, "Predictive vehicle health diagnostics use real-time sensor data, historical performance records, and machine learning models to anticipate component failures." This is massive. It means your car is taking onboard diagnostic sensors, telematics, and even external environmental factors and blending them all together. The vehicle isn't just reacting to a broken part anymore, it's generating predictive insights to alert you long before the failure ever occurs.
And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates one of the most cutting-edge concepts in the field right now, the digital twin. I want you to imagine the AI creating a flawless digital mirror of your exact car up in the cloud. This virtual simulation allows the system to safely test and predict mechanical wear and failure probabilities under all kinds of varying conditions. Basically, it runs thousands of simulations of your car driving through different environments, figuring out what might break without ever needing a human inspector to physically lift the hood. It's incredible.
Which takes us to Section 3, Deep Learning under the hood.
So, how exactly is it doing this? Let's get a little analytical for a second and look at the specific deep learning algorithms that make this predictive magic a reality. The invisible co-pilot relies on a team of specialized AI models. First up, we have CNNs, or convolutional neural networks. Think of these as the car's eyes. They analyze visual and thermal imaging to detect things like really subtle fluid leaks or an engine overheating. Then we have RNNs, or recurrent neural networks. These act a lot like the car's sense of touch, processing sequential time series data to literally feel engine vibrations or brake pad wear patterns. Finally, we have transformers. Now, these were originally designed for language, but here they act as the brain's attention center, sifting through massive amounts of data to prioritize the absolute most critical signals from the car's sensor arrays.
All right, Section 4, Braking Smarter, Not Harder.
Now, diagnostics and maintenance, that's just one side of the coin. Let's transition to how this invisible co-pilot directly improves your daily driving experience and, frankly, saves your wallet through advanced regenerative braking. So regenerative braking, which is converting the car's kinetic energy back into electrical energy to charge the battery, isn't a new concept at all. But research highlights that doing it well requires multi-objective, battery-aware optimization. See, if a system relies on old, rigid rule-based logic to just maximize energy recovery, it can cause these abrupt torque transitions that make for a really bumpy ride. And worse than that, it can actually damage the battery through excessive charging currents.
Let's move to and see how this builds step by step during the actual physical act of stopping the car. This is what we call the brake blending process. Step 1, you, the driver, apply the brake pedal. Step 2, the AI system kicks in and applies regenerative torque first, using the electric motor to slow the car down. Step 3. If you need to stop faster than the motor can handle alone, the traditional mechanical friction brakes seamlessly kick in to supply that extra demand. And finally, Step 4. All of that kinetic energy recovered by the motor is safely transferred right back to the battery.
Next up is Section 5, the Optimization Balancing Act.
Managing that whole brake blending process is no easy feat. The AI actually has to perform a massive optimization balancing act, juggling maximum energy recovery, vehicle stability, driver comfort, and battery protection, all at the exact same time. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the massive 13.4% jump in energy recovery. When engineers tested standard, old-school rule-based control logic, the regenerative braking system recovered about 61.4% of the available energy. But when they applied an intelligent, optimized strategy, one that dynamically adjusts based on the battery's state of charge, the vehicle speed, and the road gradient, energy recovery jumped to 74.8%. That is a huge improvement just from smarter software.
And the benefits go way beyond just extending your driving range. This optimized AI strategy also yielded a 12% reduction in peak battery current. So, why does that matter? Well, aggressively forcing electricity back into a battery generates heat. By reducing those high current charging spikes by 12%, the system drastically reduces thermal stress. That effectively slows down the aging rate of the battery and extends its overall lifespan.
So, the really crucial point here is how all of these system wins come together to just improve the ride. Take a look at this breakdown. We see the energy recovery bump we just talked about. But look at peak jerk, which is a metric used to measure ride comfort. Essentially, how much you get thrown forward when the brakes apply. The optimized strategy lowered that jerk from 2.8 meters per second cubed down to 1.9. That translates to a significantly smoother ride for passengers. Furthermore, by carefully monitoring slip ratios, the optimized system completely eliminated the need for the anti-lock braking system to intervene at all, keeping the car incredibly stable.
Let's look ahead to Section 6, the future of smart vehicles.
So where is all this incredible technology taking us? Let's look forward at what all of these interconnected AI algorithms actually mean for the future of transportation. The road ahead is frankly incredibly exciting. We are moving toward cloud-based AI platforms that can deploy software updates to millions of cars overnight. We're seeing the rise of edge computing, where the AI processes data directly on the car's local hardware to ensure there is literally zero lag in detecting a critical fault. Through deep reinforcement learning, cars will soon be able to dynamically adjust their own servicing schedules based entirely on how you drive and the specific environments you drive in. Ultimately, we are heading straight toward fully autonomous diagnostic systems that are going to require almost no human intervention whatsoever.
Which brings me to a final, slightly provocative thought I want to leave you with today. With deep learning analyzing every single vibration, digital twins predicting failures up in the cloud, and AI seamlessly blending our brakes to maximize both energy and comfort, as our cars become exponentially smarter than the people driving them, are we still truly the drivers? Or are we slowly just becoming the passengers? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating topic with me in today's Explainer. Keep learning and keep asking the big questions.